Welcome back, everybody, to 31 2000s horror movies for Halloween, where I'm counting down my favorite horror movies from the year 2000 to the year 2009. So, at number 29, we have our first Asian horror movie on the list. I told you there were a lot of Asian horror movies that got DVD releases in America at the time. This is, for me, one of the creepiest Asian horror movies, and that is Shudder. So this is a horror movie from Thailand, and it is sort of in the vein of the Japanese horror movies like Ju-on, The Grudge, and The Ring, and things like that. But of those kinds of movies, this is my favorite of those kinds of movies, and for me this is the scariest of those kinds of movies. Now yes, this is a movie from Thailand, it's not a Japanese horror movie, but it does have the feel of those movies, and it is, I think, scarier than those movies. Now, this is a horror movie where the horror revolves around cameras and photographs and stuff like that. You know that there's legends in certain cultures that the camera takes part of your soul when it takes a picture of you. And you know, there's sayings in paranormal investigation and stuff like that that you can take a picture of nothing and see nothing there, but when you go back through the photos, you can see a spirit in the photography. That's what this movie focuses on, and it handles the idea very well. Now, the main characters of this movie are Jane and Tun, and this is where it kind of dives into somewhat I Know What You Did Last Summer territory, but not in the same way. They are a couple, they are dating. Tun is a photographer. That's, of course, going to come into play in this movie. One day as they're driving home, they run over a woman, or at least they think they run over a woman, and they drive away. It's a hit and run. They just drive away. And they're dealing with the guilt from that situation, and as they're trying to deal with the guilt, trying to get on with their lives, Tun is seeing strange images in his photos, because again, he's a photographer and he's taking all these pictures, and he's noticing strange images, and these images soon turn out to be a woman that he's seeing in all these different photographs. And then, as the movie goes on, you learn that there are certain sins from the past that are coming back, which is the case with many ghost stories. A lot of ghost stories are about a covered-up sin that is coming back. And here's a sin that's coming back. I love how the movie handles this whole idea, because a lot of times we don't see the ghost unless it's in a photograph, but then there are times where we see the ghost and it's not in a photograph. But I just love the idea of seeing images and there's something wrong with the image and you don't notice it at first, but once you notice it, it just clicks in your mind and it makes the photo even scarier. And there are quite a few sequences of that. There are jump scares in this movie, but they're not overdone. But like I said, there's just so much creepy imagery in this movie. And the ghost in this film, I think, is scarier than the ones you see in The Ring and in Ju-on. She is absolutely terrifying. But yeah, it's interesting because at first the ghost is seen in the photographs, and then they start seeing the ghost not in the photographs, and you think it's the woman they hit, but then you learn more about the ghost as things go on. I don't want to spoil anything, but this movie has an awesome ending. That is creepy as hell. Of course, like, one of the best parts of the movie is the climax, where the ghost is no longer just appearing in the photographs, and she's going after Tun. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But there are some great scenes in here. Like scenes where you see her walking on the ceiling. There's this amazing, I guess, sort of chase scene involving a ladder that, again, is creepy as hell. And it all leads to the ending of the film that I don't want to spoil here, but it's a great ending, it's a great reveal, and it doesn't go the way you expect. As you would guess from a movie like this, it is about a ghost that's trying to get revenge. That is not a spoiler. That's what a lot of movies like this are about. That a lot of these ghost movies deal with a ghost trying to get revenge, and this ghost gets the best revenge. I think that the revenge in this movie is the best revenge that any ghost has ever taken. Again, that's not a spoiler. That's what a lot of these movies are like. But the ghost in this movie gets the best revenge, and it is just, it's unsettling, and it's just like, I don't want that to happen to me. That's the last thing I would want to happen. I would rather, okay, I won't go any further because I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say it's an awesome reveal and an awesome form of revenge for the spirit. But the movie does a great job at having the ghost in real life and using photography as a way to cause horror. Overall, I mean, this is just, like I said, it is a movie from Thailand, but it does have a similar feeling to a lot of Japanese ghost stories, or a lot of Japanese ghost movies, and I think this is the best one of them. I literally think that Shudder is scarier than Ju-On and The Ring, or Ringu. And I do think Ju-On is scary. Ju-On creeped the hell out of me, but Shudder, it's just, for me, it's just so much more frightening. I mean, just the way they handle things, the way the scares are done, the way they handle the ghost. Like, if you like The Ring and Ju-On, I would say check out Shudder. It is well worth your time. There was an American remake in 2008, I believe. I never saw it, because I don't need to see it. I mean, the original Shudder is so damn terrifying. I highly recommend checking it out. It is a legitimately great, creepy movie for Halloween.